Hey y'all, I'm back in the kitchen whipping it up, whipping it up. So tonight I am going to make some kale and quinoa patties with a little mushroom gravy. Let's get into it. Okay, so I have already cooked my quinoa, and I have my pot for my mushroom gravy ready. I have already put my soy-free butter in there, so I'm gonna go ahead and start that up. I have also already cut up my kale. Okay, so for the mushroom gravy, I melted down my butter and go ahead and add some of my onions in there. The rest of my onions I'm gonna save from my kale and quinoa patties. And I've already done a video for the mushroom gravy before. It's the same video as the mushroom stroganoff. So I put the red onions in there, and then I added some mushrooms, and I'm gonna add a little garlic in there. Just to give it some flavor. And I'm gonna let that cook off for about 2 minutes or so before I start adding seasonings and flour. Okay, so in a bowl, I chopped up some kale. I'm going to add some onions and some quinoa. My quinoa, I don't want to put it all in here. I want to make sure that, actually I am. I'm going to put it all in here. You want to make sure that it's all evenly proportioned. So I got a small container of kale, and I pretty much just chopped them up. And then I did a half of a bag of quinoa. Yeah, it's looking pretty proportioned. I'm also going to add a little bit more garlic inside, not too much. And then I'm going to add a little coconut flour to be my binder to formulate my patty. Not too much flour, because you don't want the taste of the flour to overtake your patty. I'm also gonna add a little seasoning. So I got the garlic and herb, and I have some Himalayan salt. Remember, not too much salt. And my little Tony's. And I'm just gonna mix it all together so that I can formulate a patty, and then I'm gonna fry it on the stove with some oil. Alright, so I got my first patty up there. So I'm basically just taking a scoop of it. Mind you, I pre-cooked my quinoa. I am having my kale stick to my hand. So maybe I should have bought smaller pieces of kale. But you don't know until you try. As I go through cooking them, maybe you shouldn't pre-cook your quinoa, or if you do, you only pre-cook it a little bit for like 8 minutes or so, and then mix your kale and your quinoa and your flour together. You can do any kind of flour, coconut flour, chickpea flour, whatever, all-purpose flour. You just need something to be able to bond your patty together. But the more I cook it, the more I see it's so sticky because my quinoa is fully cooked. So if you do pre-cook your quinoa, I think you should like halfway cook it, not fully cook it. But I'm gonna keep going. Okay, so I put all my patties in a pan. Some of them are darker than others. And I am going to add my gravy on top. And I'm just going to mix my gravy around on top to add a little flavor to my patties. And I'm going to stick them in the oven. Okay, I'm gonna stick them in the oven for about 10 minutes, just until, I'm gonna put them on the bottom, just until really I finish washing dishes, and then I'm gonna take them out and see what we working with. So I just took them out. They was in there for about 10 minutes, maybe 15. This is what they look like. It look like just a pan of mushroom gravy. So I'm just going to get one out so we can see what's up. Alright, so this is what it looks like. And as you can see, it's steaming. It is matted together still like a cake, like a, you know, a patty, so I'm hyped about that. Oh, it tastes real good. It tastes real good. That's good. But yeah, I was definitely inspired, of course, off of TikTok. If you didn't know, quinoa has protein in it. Mushrooms has protein in it. So I'm definitely getting my protein, even though there is actually no meat in this, and it's banging. So I definitely suggest that you try it before you deny it. Subscribe, like, try it. Let me know what you think. Other than that, thank you for cooking in the kitchen with Jamaica. Cooking in the kitchen with Jamaica. Deuces.